Hello, welcome students for Vijetha IAS Academy ethics classes. We are dealing with case studies. In this session, let us see case study number 10. We are discussing about various case studies in which you are a civil servant. A civil servant will get so many cases in their lifetime. These civil servants will undergo different kind of cases like this. You can observe this: acting against corruption, asking favors from you, disaster management. So far we have discussed various cases related to corruption, asking favors from you, we have seen. Disaster management related cases also we have seen. Now we are going to see few examples with respect to solve a social issue. India is a developing country. Why these kind of cases are very important with respect to Indian context? With respect to Indian context, here we need to understand India is a developing country. India is having various issues. Socially, for example, there is an issue related to gender. Women discrimination. Historically, India is facing this issue. Even today also, we are facing the similar issue. This is one issue. And is there any other issue? Caste. There is another issue. Caste discrimination, caste-based violence. Caste is one important issue. Untouchability. The extension of this is untouchability. Constitution says we are all equal. With respect to Constitution, all are equal. In theory, in front of law, equality before law, irrespective of their gender, irrespective of their caste. But when it comes to the practical cases, when it comes to the practical day-to-day interactions, gender-based discrimination is a reality, caste-based discrimination is a reality, untouchability-based discrimination is a reality. From the book point of view, from the constitution point of view, we are all children of Bharat Mata, all are equal. But in the realistic point of view, we are facing a lot of challenges with respect to this. As a result of this, India as a nation is not able to form a single entity. That means northeastern people are not treated equally by the rest of Indians. Now, if some sections of the people, or if this region if this section is not able to integrate with the rest of the state, or if other people are not able to integrate this people naturally with the rest of India, this will gradually alienate them. It will, people will feel discontent, people feel not happy about the state of affairs, and people at some point of time may get frustrated and they question why we need to stay within India, let us go a separate state or separate nation. That kind of secessionism dangers are there. An common Indian may not have this kind of idea to form a separate country. But enemies, our neighborhood like Pakistan and China, may want to take these tendencies as an advantage to them, and they will try to create aspirations in this kind of problem. And they will say, you are not respected equally, even though Constitution says you are equal, but practically in day-to-day affairs, people are not treating you equally, then there is no point in staying within India. Just demand a separate nation. If you demand, and we will support from the external side. This is how in any country across the world, not only India, India is one example. In Middle East, in Southeast Asia, in Latin America, Africa, anywhere, already some kind of differences will be there socially. This is why social issues are very important when it comes to make an India as a nation. Otherwise, the enemy countries, our neighbors may want to utilize these fissures, and gradually they will become very, very severe issues. As a civil servant, people need to understand this. When people out of ignorance or people with force, if anybody is having this kind of discrimination, as a civil servant, it is your duty to ensure gender discrimination will not take place and caste or untouchability based discrimination will not take place. In your own district, in your own administration, if something is happening, then as a civil servant, there are certain duties, there are certain powers also to impose good values. There are certain powers, functions, duties are there where you have to ensure that gender discrimination will not take place, untouchability or caste discrimination will not take place. For example, when it comes to women, people are not encouraging women to go out and take the job. As a district administrator, how you are going to bring the change within the system, within the country towards women? Here, your responsibility is to change the mindset of the people who are thinking girls are inferior. They do not have the power to contribute for the economy, and there is no safety when the girls go outside. Even though girls are achieving, even though girls have the safety, even though girl children have the full potential to compete with men, still the mindset, patriarchal mindset will not allow the girl children to go out and become successful. As a district administrator, as any kind of head of the department, if there is any case like how to solve this social issue. So these are the issues like this you are going to get in this particular kind of case study. Same is the case with caste and untouchability. When it comes to untouchability, you are a district administrator. In your administration, there are certain villages who are practicing untouchability. Some people are not allowed to drink water in the common well. Some people are not allowed to enter into the public places. Then as a district magistrate and as a district collector, how you are going to solve this? How you are going to change the people's mindset? That's another issue. And so on. Tribal related issues, social issues. So simply how you will ensure social integration. It is the responsibility of civil servant to ensure social integration across India. People will have so many prejudices. People have so many suspicions, prejudices, suspicions, and people show hatred socially. But as a civil servant, from the constitution point of view, unless you inculcate common brotherhood, equality, liberty, all the minds, 1.4 billion people, cannot contribute for the growth of the country. So 1.4 billion people, growth potential is there. As a society, India has the chance to become a vibrant society. This vibrant means in terms of economy, in terms of technology, in terms of political maturity, democracy, deepening the democracy, social cohesion, religious brotherhood, there may be some kind of issue, religious communal tensions. How you are going to handle this? To inculcate equality, brotherhood among all the sections of the people. So these are the examples where with respect to social issues, you will get case studies on this angle. And once you know the framework, then automatically you can apply the same principle across social issues. That's why we are trying to understand with respect to social issues, what kind of cases will come. Few examples we are going to solve it. This is the case. Can you see here? Like, you are recently posted as district development officer of a district. Shortly thereafter, you found that there is considerable tension in the rural areas of your district on the issue of sending girls to schools. So here the issue is about gender and sending girls to schools. Even today also many girl children are not given access to the schools. Many girl children are illiterate. Once girl children become illiterate, when they are getting married, when they are grown up, they are going to face so many issues from the society and they are going to become powerless. To empower the girl children, the basic step is to give the education. But for sending girls to schools itself is complicating matter, and this is one of the cases. And why the people are not sending girl children to schools? The elders of the village feel that many problems have come up because girls are being educated and they are stepping out of safe environment of the household. Now you can see some kind of prejudice is there. The elders are thinking that just because girl children are getting educated, that's why there are so many problems. This is the kind of patriarchal mindset to think that because historically, ancient medieval times till recent, girl children always seen as a property, girl children always seen as people who are subservient to the male population. If girl children are getting educated, now the moment you give education to girl children will get awareness about their rights. Women get to know about their rights and what was the exploitative nature of the society. They will question the patriarchal mindset. Now the moment they question patriarchal mindset, the elders who are patriarchally strong-minded, they cannot digest this fact that they are questioned by girls, women. And they consider if education is given to them, they are threatening to their position. Now if they are not given education, now they will not question that. Always whenever this power dynamics change, always some kind of friction will take place. The elders of the village feel that many problems have come up because girls are being educated and they are stepped out of safe environment of the household. They are the view that the girls should be quickly married off with minimum education. So they are having this kind of prejudice, this kind of attitude, this kind of emotion towards girl children that they must be married very at early age and given educated, should be quickly married with minimum education. The girls are also competing for jobs after education, which have traditionally remained in boys' exclusive domain, adding to unemployment amongst male population. So this is what, when it comes to mindset of the male, patriarchal mindset means this only. Generally in ancient medieval times, this mindset means girl children should support the family, they should stay within the house and they should support their husband, their fathers, brothers, whereas male members should go out and earn money. Now this mindset is, if girls are getting given education, if they are getting educated and if they come out and start taking the jobs, the male members are threatened that because of the women they are not getting employment. And this is the attitude. Men will not consider that it is just because lack of skills they are not getting employment. They consider because girl children are getting educated and employed, they are losing the job. You apply same thing to upper caste and lower caste also. When lower caste people started getting employment, upper caste will feel that they are not getting employment, they are becoming unemployed because the lower caste people are getting more jobs. And here as a civil servant, how you are going to look at this? From the patriarchal mindset you are going to think, or any broad-minded idea you are going to bring. As a civil servant, you have to remove this evil, social evil. Girl children were not given even birthright also, infanticide, and even before taking birth also feticide. Once they came out of the birth, then child marriage, Then if husbands die, sati practice, earlier there used to be sati practice, that means killing the woman. This was the kind of mindset in ancient and medieval. Even today also, this kind of mindset is there. These are various justifications will be there for these people to stop giving access to the girl child. The younger generation feels that in the present era, girls should have equal opportunities for education and employment and other means of livelihood. The younger generation feel that in the present era, girls should have. The elder people think they should not be given access and they should be immediately married. But younger generation, the present generation think that they also have the power, potential, they must be given equal chance. The entire locality is divided between sexes in both generations. The entire locality in that particular village, people are divided. Some wanted less education, immediately marry off. And on the other hand, the younger generation feel that no, they should be allowed and sending them to the schools and given opportunity to employment also. People are fighting in this debate. You are district development officer, you are head of the district development office. You came to know that the panchayat or in other local bodies or even in busy crossroads, the issue is being acrimoniously debated. At the local level, panchayat level also, it is being debated. One day you are informed that an unpleasant incident has taken place. Some girls were molested when they were en route to school. The incident led to clashes between several groups and law and order problem has arisen. When they were going for the schools, some children were molested. Now immediately it led to the conflicts, it led to the clashes. Now it is creating law and order problem as well. So now you see how the social issue is turning into law and order issue. The elders after heated discussion have taken a joint decision not to allow girls to go to school and to socially boycott all such families which do not follow their dictate. Now panchayat has given a mandate dictate that now onwards girl children should not be given access if some families violate this norm and they must be socially boycotted. So it is like they are enforcing, they are forcefully making the girl children not to go out of the homes and not to get educated. And this is the mindset of patriarchy, means they'll take some incident as an excuse in order to impose their will. The patriarchal mindset of the elder generation not to give any kind of importance to women. They are supposed to function within the household. They are supposed to follow the dictates of elder or male members of the society. Now this mindset is on one side, but liberal views on the other side. When there was an issue of molestation, some people even started fighting and it led to the law and order issue. Elders have taken this incident as an excuse and started putting ban on everybody. Now this is the mindset, you are coming across this mindset, how you are going to change. A civil servant must be always open to the constitutional ideals. Now what if civil servant is also thinking like elder population? Then there is no issue. And the district development officer will not take any kind of step, because district development officer mindset and elder people mindset also same. Here district development officer, it could be men also, it could be female also, male also. This kind of mindset is hindering the progress of the country. Now this kind of attitude has to be changed. What steps would you take to ensure girls' safety without disrupting their education? So here the safety, security of the women is important. If elder people are taking it as an advantage to cut their education, and it is the civil service responsibility, it is the government responsibility to ensure safety to the girl children so that they can openly go out and pursue whatever they wanted to achieve. How would you manage and mold patriarchic attitude of the village elders to ensure harmony in the intergenerational relations? So there are two things here, immediate and long term. One is immediate issue, another one is the long term issue. Immediate issue is law and order issue. Next, punishment to those who molested girl children. Next day onwards, security to girl children to go to school. So, victim versus violator. Victim must get justice and violator must be punished. Only if the violator is punished, then it gives sense of punishment and also create fear in the people who are violating these kind of laws. This is one issue, immediate issue. But in the long run, and what if some other development takes place? It's a temporary one. And what is the guarantee that tomorrow onward there will be no molestation issues? Some other people may molest. And again, this kind of. But what about when they come to home? When it comes to girl children, pressure from the outside also being molested and pressure within the village also. Village people, rather than blaming these people who violating this modesty, and they are blaming victim only. So this is what a double disadvantage for women, that they are victims but they are also being punished. So here this punishment must be given to the violator, but they are rewarded. Here, instead of giving justice to them, once again the society is punishing them by cutting off their access to education and not to go enter into the employment, by weakening their attitude, weakening their capabilities. When it comes to long run, this is immediate. Long term is about how to change attitude. This is what important, how to change attitude of male members. Patriarchal mindset. Here, male members here, particularly in this case, they are also talking about elders. Because in the village, there were two sections who wanted education, who do not want. That's why elders who do not want to give education. That kind of mindset is there. How to change that attitude? Patriarchal mindset must be reformed. And this is where, when it comes to British Indian history, something called socio-religious reformers, Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, who was fighting against this kind of practice only, sati practice. In his lifetime, this is where, when it comes to ethics from the history, ethics from the great leaders, what kind of human values we will inculcate from our historical people, what kind of human values we inculcate from our own great leaders and great minds from the Indian soil. Not only from here, across the human history itself, we have such kind of examples. That's where we are going to utilize inspiration from them. We have to solve this case. Must be reformed. How you are going to ensure? Now people have some kind of prejudices, they have their mindset, and how you are going to change it. So first one, immediately, law and order issue means immediately you increase the security forces. Immediately get the people punished. Inquiry, file FIR, ensure that FIR is filed, ensure that the perpetrators got punished. Then it gives a sense of justice, so that it will create fear in those people who wanted to do once again like that. So here, pressure and persuasion are the two things which you are going to utilize. On one hand, you have to use the law instrument, you have to use security instrument, law enforcement mechanism you have to ensure, so that the violators will get punished and the victims get justice. Once it happens immediately, then automatically the other people also get fear and they will not once again create problem for the girl children. Justice must be ensured, violator must be punished. And in that case, there are various issues like what is the guarantee that another day, next day, people will once again molest, and how to ensure safety on day-to-day basis. Increase the security, patrolling in that area, cameras in the sensitive spots, using the latest technology, how you can ensure the safety mechanism, emergency helpline. So when it comes to solutions, cameras, emergency helpline, increase security in that zone, sensitive zone, till the time matter settles. Increase the security in that particular area where girl children are going to schools. So whatever, it's a criminal activity, and whatever the criminals are trying to violate the law, these kind of incidents must be dealt with strong criminal laws only. Then only it set an example so that in future other people will not molest. Because it is not only these people are violating the law against a single individual. This is a crime against the entire society itself, because of these criminals, because of these issues, it is creating a fear, suspicion among the family members. Family members will not feel safe, and they will not send. The family members themselves are afraid to send the girl children to schools, and they will not encourage them to go to schools. That's why this crime is not only against the girl children, it is against entire family, it is against entire society itself. It's a very big crime. They are committing crime against the society itself. It's a very big crime. That's why they must be punished very immediately. Immediately, inquiry must be done. FIR should be registered. Get the victims' evidence and all the evidence necessary. Again, you have to follow rule of law only. You cannot immediately punish the criminals without evidence. Take all the evidence and immediately ensure that the police will investigate in the right direction. You follow up the case so that these people will get immediately punished. Security measures increase. Then if it is possible, you improve the community awareness also, that in the long run we can understand this. Here itself, some volunteers, those people who are volunteering for this, they must be used, like NGOs will be there, local organizations will be there, local panchayat people who are supposed to give the protection, utilize what is legally a district development officer will have, take all the steps to ensure victim get justice and the perpetrator must be punished. So these are the steps to ensure girl safety without disrupting their education. And in the long run, it is a systemic problem. It's not that in single day, if one incident is happening, now immediately if you increase the beef of the security in that particular area, and what is the guarantee that in some other place, once again this problem will arise? That's why girl children must be equipped with themselves, confident themselves to handle this kind of pressure and situations also. Giving the training to the girl children about the defense mechanism. These are some of the issues, and encouraging the girl children to not get fear also, defensive training, involvement of the local NGOs or the local organizations which are working in the women empowerment direction, we can use. In that way, girl children's education will not be disrupted, they will go to the schools. And when it comes to what steps would you take to ensure girl safety without disruption is one, how would you manage and mold patriarch mindset or attitude of the village elders to ensure harmony and the generations? This is something related to, now if you remember our syllabus, you have to inculcate here the human values. Just you remember our syllabus, you will get to know. when it comes to how you are going to change the mindset of these people. Human values must be inculcated. They may be elders, but the thought process is very old and that is not progressive in nature. You have to generate awareness about the human values like equality. Both girl and women, both girl children and male are equal. That kind of human values must be inculcated, and for that persuasion is required. Good communication skills are required. You have to utilize successful people or role models. Utilize role models to change the attitude. To change the attitude. Human values, if you remember our syllabus, human values. Then attitude of the people must be changed. This is the attitude, and the attitude can contain 3: cognitive, affective, and behavioral. Here behavior of the mindset, patriarch mindset, is stopping the girl children not to enter into the schools. That is the behavior. Why that behavior is coming? Because emotionally they are feeling that girl children are inferior, they are supposed to just serve the male members. And cognitive is they are strongly believing that girls must not get access. Now that is exactly opposite you have to change. Cognitive belief should change that girl children are equal, they are having the potential, and that is going to help the society and country and the family. Belief. Then emotion. Positive emotion must be inculcated among the people, and behavior, allow girls to go to school, and at the same time behavior also about the patriarchal mindset. It is that the children or the male children, the boys who are giving trouble to the girl children must be admonished, they must be discouraged, and they must be punished by the family members and the society as a whole. And here social boycott, it should not be for those families who are encouraging girl children, but for those who are violating the modesty of girl children. So that is how their attitude comes into play. Cognitive, affective, behavioral component, behavior of the elders. And how to change this? Changing this requires usage of the role models with good communication skills, with persuasion skills, and another one is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, understanding the elders, understanding the girl children, understanding the people who are believing in that patriarchal mindset. With emotional intelligence, you will be able to understand their emotion, and you appeal emotionally to the people. So this is where, with respect to emotional intelligence, also very much required to change the mindset of the patriarchy in the society. Attitude change is required, and here in this context, for the sarpanch, government officials who are working at the ground level, they must be trained, awareness about this, and give the task to disseminate this training to the public. Using media, communication, TV, radio, social media, highlighting the success stories of girl children. Highlighting the success stories of the girl children. So in this way you have to one after the other, and when it comes to the women empowerment, you have to highlight, when it comes to the training, you have to highlight social awareness programs, And in these programs, what you need to highlight? You have to highlight the girl children or the women, successful business people, successful politicians, successful entrepreneurs, successful professionals. And also what will happen, sensitization even to the parents also. Parents who are afraid, they must be taken, they must be with strong security measures that give sense of pride, also sense of confidence that their girl children are safe. But in the long run, both for the families, both for the elders in the sarpanch at the local level, awareness programs, sensitizing the issue, the programs, these programs can be conducted from the government point of view, from non-governmental organizations point of view, and within panchayat also funds must be given so that this kind of training camps can be conducted. Using the effective medium like TV, radio, social media, internet facilities to disseminate the success stories of girl children. And also punishment to those. It is not only about highlighting the positives of the girl children, it also must be highlighted if somebody violate these norms, strict punishments also must be there for the people. Already Indian Penal Code or Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita also having so many strict measures which are giving punishment to those who violate the modesty of the girl children, and even that also must be highlighted. So it is about fear also must be inculcated in the people who are violating this, and at the same time attitude change also must be required. So through pressure, persuasion, law, then informal, formal ways, all these matters are required. In all these ways, yes, it's a gradual change. It is not that in single day people will change, and it's not about one time. On one hand security measures, on the other hand this kind of persuasion methods, both should go together. As a civil servant, you have to pool all the resources, human resources, financial resources, time resources, organize these issues, organize the campaigns to change the attitude of the people, and also instill the fear among those people who violate these norms. So this is how, in this way, this particular issue can be categorized. And this kind of social issue, whatever may be the social issue, almost the solutions are going to be almost similar. Like this is women discrimination or gender discrimination. Suppose if it is about untouchability, and the same thing will go on. If there is a violation of the law, punishment, instill fear, and with respect to the sensitization, with respect to generating awareness, various programs, campaigns are to be conducted so that the people who are believing in the old mindset has to change to the new thinking. Constitutional values, what Constitution says, what is the benefit. If we are dividing on these lines, how it will affect the country. If we are united, how it will benefit the country, how it will strengthen the country. All these issues must be given training, and as a district officer, you are having these many steps to do that. And the same kind of framework you can use in case of gender issue, you can use in case of untouchability, tribal issue, communal tensions, any kind of issue with respect to social issues. So this is one example of case study where you can handle in this way. So this is how we can solve in this way, and we will see some more issues also with respect to social issues. We will continue with the next case studies. Thank you very much.